let's move to the NRL. Okay. Overview of this weekend's NRL. Oh, it's a crazy round, Dave.
Crazy round.
Jeff went 1 from 8.
Yes, I
Like,
win.
From his pick'ems last week, he went 1 from 8. So let's just talk through the NRL quickly. Just your standouts. Just a quick overview of NRL this weekend.
Yeah. My picks 1 from 8. That was tough, man. That was tough seeing all my the teams that I picked lose last week. Also, my Warriors went down to the Roosters at Allianz Stadium. It was the first game on Saturday, Super Saturday. It was a great game to watch. I come away from that game, even though we lost, I think it was 20-12. I come away still happy because the old Warriors teams would have folded. They lost Ford really early in the game. They lost CNK Chance. They also lost Josh Curran. So we were down a few troops during the game. But to hold them to 20 points with those injuries, I'd say it makes me really happy. And I'm sure a lot of Warriors fans as well looked at that game and saw that there's a culture shift. You can definitely see that they're trying for each other. And I'd just like to have a big shout out to Tohu Harris, the captain. And last 2 weeks he's been playing his ass off. And you can see that the boys are really backing him as well. They're all brought in. So hopefully we can keep building from that. I mean, a loss is still a loss. I'm not making any excuses for losing. But I think there's definitely some things, some positives you can take away from the game. What did you think?
I think it just showed what Webster's brought in already. Like you said, the culture shift. And the boys, I think an old Warriors team would throw in the towel with 20 minutes to go.
Exactly.
They leak a lot of points late, and it was quite good to see them fight it right to the end. And saying that they did lose a few players. It didn't help their cause. But, to keep the Roosters to 20 points was a fair effort. So.
Can I just touch on my game of the round? My game of the round, and I hate to say this because I'm wearing the jersey right now, and as I was sitting right next to me, my game of the round was the Sharks versus Eels. What a great spectacle, eh? Tries galore, back and forth. No Nico Hines, but the Sharks still came away with the dub. What are your thoughts on the game?
It was just a thing of beauty to watch.
Up.
I can't. I'm a bit lost for words. The boys play really well. I think there was a few critics that wrote us off.
Like myself.
Chundle at half, but I feel like he's playing really well. Stepping in for Nico Hines. I mean, there's a few areas we still got to work on. I mean, we have our missed tackle count from last week, from 50 something to this week was 20, and 20 odd missed tackles, which is always good. Just a few. I think it's what I've noticed is our starts to each half. So in the start of the first half, we leaked 2 tries early, and then we fall back in. Start of the second half, we let in a try. We're always playing catch up footy.
So you guys are coming out of the sheds quite flat then, is it?
That's exactly it. We're coming out flat, and just against the better teams, we've got to be better. So.
Who was your man of the match?
Oh,
if you had to,
probably Will Kennedy.
Will Kennedy.
First hat trick in his career.
3 tries.
So,
big ups to the Sharkies, man. And I think before we carry on, we didn't mention this player 2 weeks ago, we didn't mention him 2 weeks ago, but Hopgood, he's been gone, eh? He's been gone, and a losing, they've lost 2 games, the Eels, and losing teams, he's been a standout.
50 plus tackles. Over 150 meters.
He'll make his origin debut for Queensland this year, surely.
I hope so.
Just one last thing from the round is, can we talk about the state of Queensland Rugby League right now? The state of Queensland Rugby League right now is
dominant.
It's dominant. It's so good to see Queensland Rugby League.
Well, you got the Broncos who are 2-0.
You
got the Dolphins who are 2-0.
True.
You got the Cowboys in 1-1.
But the Cowboys will be in the top 8. But it's just great to see the Queensland teams thriving. Because when the Queensland teams are thriving, rugby league's good. It's in a good place.
And, who was your disappointing team of the round? Like disappointing, because I'll go first. For me, I would like to say the Storm, but I have to shout out Bulls Raiders.
I don't even start.
Losing to to the new franchise in the Dolphins.
Yes,
I just thought we did say last week that the notorious slow starters.
Yes,
But to lose to their outfit. I mean, it's
not really a huge loss anymore, big upset anymore, right?
I feel like they're still a Q-Cup team.
But Canberra Raiders made the top 8 last year.
So, man, honestly, this is what I really want to talk about: the injuries. The historic run of injuries by round 2. And how you have on top of a 27-week comp. You want to have a preseason cup.
Right.
And then all teams paid the price, but it kind of set us back quite a bit. So we'll probably take another maybe 1 or 2 games to actually adjust. But we're still very much feeling.
Does that then speak to your recruitment? I mean, not having the depth to cover.
No,
actually we have.
Honestly, they have the depth.
It's just
who's their fullback?
Well, it was going to be
Savage.
It was going to be Savage, but we go.
That's just unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Man, he got injured in the first preseason game.
I guess my disappointment of the weekend was the Storm. Since you touched on the Raiders, Bulls Raiders, I'll touch on Chris's Storm. See, most people picked the Storm to win this game because here we go.
Continue.
PK1 back on the mic. I'll go with the Storm. The Doggies in week 1. I thought by that performance they're a bottom 8 team. But then they turn around and versus the Storm, and it seems like they're a top 8 team.
Put 26 on them.
Put 26 of them.
Just 26.
Name
me the Storm's back 5 for that game.
Look.
Exactly.
We can.
Chris is right. They've got like people that you just pick off the street and put on the team. But that's
they came from the Warriors.
That's on recruitment though, right? Like what you're saying
sure.
with the Raiders recruitment. What are the Storm doing with their recruitment? Giving all the money to Munster, Hughes, Pepe, who's still injured. But look, they deserve the money, obviously. But not having Munster, let's just talk about that. I think, like what we were saying with, I think we mentioned the Panthers without Uppy. Any team that loses a key member of their spine, they're going to struggle, regardless of how good your forward pack is, regardless of how good your outside backs are. If you lose a member of your spine, you're going to struggle, especially a player the caliber of Munster, right? Munster's played Aussie, he's played Queensland. You need him to, and he steers the ship around there. So all the responsibility is on Grant and Hughes, and they're world-class players. But Munster just takes that team to another level. So I'd say Storm, they're bound to bounce back. They always do. But I'd just say they're a disappointment this weekend. And the Doggies. Shout out to the Doggies, man. There's a few of our friends who are Doggies fans. Kenny and Nick. Even though I hate how cocky you guys are after the win, but you Doggies fans deserve it. But the Doggies played really well, and the Storm were average at best.
Do they really?
The injury bug has hit the whole league, so you know what? It is what it is, eh?
I think they need to scrap the preseason cup. That was the
scrap the preseason.
It was great because we got footy early, but in the long run for teams, it just wasn't a good idea.
How about don't scrap the preseason, but make the regular season shorter so that every game matters. So in the NFL season, there's 17 games, right? But all 17 games are important because like a win matters a lot in your division. Why doesn't the NRL? Because you need your preseason games. That's a must in my opinion.
What is the
but no one in the NFL plays in the preseason game.
Exactly. So what is the importance of preseason games?
It's more for your fringies. I think it's more your fringies.
So those are the
players.
Those are the players who should be playing in those games. Yeah. So if you're running out your best team and they're getting injured,
everyone does.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
But everyone played their team.
I mean, it happened to us. We ran out Nico Hines in the preseason. He got injured. He hasn't played the season.
Personally, I'm a fan of preseason games because
we're fans.
Yeah, that is true. Well, we're fans, but like I was saying, preseason games matter because it helps build the chemistry. Because you've only trained against each other throughout the preseason, right? You need a run against another team. And I like how there's 2 trials. The first trial is for your fringies and reserve players, and the second trial, the key. Yeah. Then they try and set the combinations and get your key players in. But they only played for like 20 minutes, so I don't agree with the fact that you should scrap preseason. I think you should make the actual season shorter than it is, because right now it's 27 rounds. So why don't you make it like 22 rounds? Just decrease it by 5. But I get that there's a lot of money in it as well, so you lose a lot of revenue by doing that. But then it makes every game matter, and every team will go hard from round 1. So I don't know. The injuries is a tough one because that's hard to predict. Even HIAs.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot of people out on HIAs.
Yeah, and that ruined our fantasy team. So.
Ruined. Speaking of fantasy, let's head into fantasy. Who were your underrated, overrated, and properly rated for fantasy round 2? I don't even want to talk about fantasy.
Yeah.
And then Ezra can give us a quick update of our fantasy league and maybe where the YDP boys are sitting, as well as those who aren't quite in the top 200.
Name and shame.
Well, for me, my overrated is Nathan Cleary.
Yes, 100%.
He burnt everyone this week.
Yep.
And I'm selling his ass.
You know what the shining light is? The blessing of that is that everyone had him.
Yeah, and
everyone put the C on him.
Yeah, that was a saving.
That's the shining light.
Saving grace.
You made the silver lining.
The silver lining, shining light, saving grace, blessings. Did you hear that? The blessings.
Bless. They bless.
And my underrated is probably underrated to us.
Yep.
It's probably Hammer. We snubbed
Hammer,
him in week 1, and he continues to bang out 50s. So.
How about last week's pod? We came on here and said for everyone to buy Hammer, and we didn't even follow our advice.
Buy him. Then I told everyone to sell Ghana, and he comes out with 63.
I actually sold Ghana because I was like, nah, this guy's done.
Yeah.
But he scores.
And who was your gun? Did you say, or was your hold, or?
Huh?
Was there? So wait, you went underrated.
So you went underrated. Who was your overrated? Oh, you went overrated. Who was your underrated? Amizo. Now who's your standard gun?
Yeah, gun.
Bro, just Hopgood.
Hopgane.
Jermaine Hopgun.
Yeah.
He's back-to-back 80 plus.
Yeah. Before I go, can you just give me your round 2 score? What was your round 2 score?
It's about 900. Nah, it was 751.
751. Yeah. See, that's better than 720, like what I had this week. This weekend of fantasy was so rough. So many HIAs. My team had Jackson Ford, which was that's uncalled for. Like Jackson Ford, Tommy Talau, and then I had Brandon Smith.
And
so
Isaac Thompson. Oh no, he played the whole game. Wait, he played the whole game and got 14.
And I had Isaac Thompson.
You can't blame HIA.
Nah, but how was Alamuti turning the table in 1 week? Because he was on the verge of getting cut.
I'm so glad I played Alamuti,
but 46.
Wait, they didn't dare mock Isaac Thompson like that. He played the whole game and got me a solid 14. But my overrated, Brandon Smith.
Yeah.
Brandon Smith.
Sad. He's probably still dizzy.
Yeah, fantasy wise, overrated. Yeah. Great player in real life, but overrated. My underrated. I'd say Kerrigan. I'm gonna put Kerrigan. Kerrigan.
Yeah, Kerrigan's consistent.
Would he be underrated? Would you say, or is that he like properly rated? Yeah, I'll say Kerrigan underrated because I started off with Kerrigan over Haas, which was a good call in my opinion.
By 2 points.
And I'd say Hopgun. Hopgun was really good. Adam Dewey getting a 51, even though he did nothing. That was great to see his score go up. But yeah, fantasy was rough.
I think Kerrigan is underrated. Like Bo said, there's only 2 points between him, but there's 100k difference between them. So
yeah.
I think he's underrated.
Can we just do a quick buy, hold, sell?
We can.
Buy, hold, sell?
Buy, hold, sell.
Oh, okay. A buy for the week.
Yeah, buy of the week. Well, who are you going to buy?
I think.
What are your trades? What are your trade-ins? Trade outs?
My trade outs is I'm going aggressive. I'm selling Cleary.
Yep.
And Brandon Smith, and I'm probably gonna downgrade to a Preston.
Yep, nice.
Generate some cash, and I'm looking at either swallowing my pride and finally getting Teboy Fido or Harry Grant to
yeah,
because I'm sick of running a
hooker gauntlet.
Hooker gauntlet,
yeah,
as well as a center roulette.
Yeah, I think Harry going because I think going Harry Grant is probably the best choice there. Because got running the hooker gauntlet with Boyd and Smith, that was a bad call. But yeah, is there a hold? Do you have a hold for this week?
Gotta own those ones.
Is there anyone like you want to raise trade, but you're like, nah, better not. Like
for
someone
me,
like Cam Murray, he's got us a fat 45.
Nah. I think for me it's like Talau. I think it's easier to go sideways to another cheapie, but just hold off on him. Like don't waste your trade.
Save the trade.
On going sideways to potential, rookie who can produce the same score.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just hold off on him for now.
Yeah. I think my sales is definitely Brandon Smith. He should be on most people's chopping block this week. I'm thinking Nathan Cleary as well. But yeah, I don't know about the Nathan Cleary one. Because he might come out after his bye and just brain it and just kill all the owners that.
That's what we thought
him.
Coming into round one.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Just for that, I think I'm gonna sell Cleary and Brandon Smith. I'm gonna cash down to Preston.
Yeah.
Preston, he looked gun for the doggies. Got over for that try. Got like 60 something. And then I'm gonna either pick up Walshy, the eyeliner. He looked good at the back. It was bittersweet seeing him carve up for the Broncos after he left my Was, but it was a bittersweet moment watching him.
Do you already have Hammer?
Nah, so I'm thinking of Walshy and Hammer this week.
You're gonna take the gamble with Hammer and knowing that he might have maybe an extra 30k after next week.
Yeah.
Or after this week.
Yeah. The thing about, because Hammer's got such a low break even this week, I think right now is the perfect time to hop on him. You can't wait till next week because I think it'll be slightly too expensive. The good thing about Hammer over Walshy too is that he's got the DPP, the center and the wing fullback cover, whereas Walshy he's just got the fullback. So
and I need someone like Hammer because I'm losing Swally next week.
Right, so the buy.
So that's kind of the reason why I'm going.
Yeah, so there's a lot of decisions that us fantasy coaches, some difficult decisions we need to make this week.